Your eyes narrow ever so slightly as you recall that fateful business deal gone sour. The smell of burnt ambition wafts through your mind like a warning sign, echoing in every decision you've made since then. You can't shake the feeling that you're staring into the abyss of your own hubris. And it's only a matter of time before the weight of your ego crashes down on top of you. I'm going to ask you something. Oh, you. Are you willing to admit that you've been holding on to that toxic relationship for far too long? The one that's bleeding money from every pore, suffocating under the weight of resentment and anger. While you know it's a losing battle, but still you can't bring yourself to let go. Why is that? Your past reveals a pattern of behavior that suggests you're more afraid of being alone than you are of failing. You're terrified of confronting your own vulnerability, so you cling to the toxic relationship like a security blanket. And it's not just the person, it's the entire dynamic of control and powerlessness that comes with it. Let me ask you this. You. When was the last time you took a step back and looked at yourself in the mirror? Are you still wearing the same mask of confidence that's been hiding your true fears for so long? You're familiar with the Scorpio mythos, the mysterious, manipulative, and financially savvy individual who's always one step ahead of the game. On the surface, Scorpions are driven by a desire for financial security and power, which can make them excellent investors and entrepreneurs. However, their core contradiction lies in their tendency to prioritize emotional validation over rational decision-making. They're deeply invested in maintaining their reputation and avoiding criticism, which can lead them to take reckless risks or overpay for assets that ultimately fail to deliver on their promises. This paradox is further exacerbated by the Scorpio's tendency to be intensely private and secretive about their financial dealings. While this can make it difficult for others to discern their true intentions, it also means they're often caught off guard when unexpected expenses or market fluctuations arise. As a result, Scorpions are frequently forced to make impulsive decisions based on emotions rather than cold, hard logic, leading to costly mistakes that could have been avoided with more discipline and planning. By failing to recognize this core contradiction, we perpetuate the myth of the Scorpio as cunning investors, rather than acknowledging the deeper psychological complexities that drive their financial decisions. You're at the breaking point when you've invested every last penny into a failed business venture or a lavish lifestyle that's hemorrhaging cash. You've been living beyond your means for years, convinced by the allure of wealth and status that you can outrun debt and financial ruin. But now, the full weight of your decisions is crushing you, and you're staring down the barrel of foreclosure, bankruptcy, or worse. Maybe it was a bad investment in cryptocurrency or a get-rich-quick scheme that promised the world but delivered nothing but empty pockets and shattered dreams. Or perhaps it was a lavish lifestyle that's been fueled by credit cards, loans, and lies to loved ones, all culminating in a single, devastating moment when you're forced to confront the harsh reality of your own financial folly. Whatever the trigger, this is where the Scorpio's carefully constructed facade begins to crumble, revealing a deep well of shame, anger, and humiliation that can drive even the most hardened individual to the brink of collapse. When it comes to Scorpios and their financial decisions, we're often left wondering what drives these intense individuals to make choices that can be catastrophic in the long run. One of the most insidious defense mechanisms at play here is the Scorpio's tendency to become completely entrenched in a situation, refusing to acknowledge any fault or blame. This can lead them to double down on a losing investment or business venture, convinced that they're just on the cusp of a major windfall. This rigid mindset can be a death knell for even the most promising opportunities. But what's truly fascinating and terrifying is how Scorpios will often go to great lengths to defend their decisions, even when it means sacrificing everything else in their life. This scorched earth policy can manifest in all sorts of ways, from sabotaging relationships with those who might be able to offer a more objective perspective, to engaging in ruthless business tactics that leave no room for negotiation or compromise. Make no mistake, this is not just about protecting one's ego. It's about maintaining the illusion of control in a world that's inherently unpredictable. And when it comes to financial decisions, Scorpios will stop at nothing to ensure their own survival, even if it means sacrificing everyone and everything else. You've made it through the journey of the Scorpio, a complex and intense individual with a penchant for uncovering the darkest secrets of those around them. Now, let's dive into their biggest money mistake, a pattern of self-sabotage that stems from an unrelenting need for control. This self-control issue is rooted in a deep-seated fear of loss and abandonment, which can lead to over-investing in ventures or assets that may ultimately fail. The Scorpio's inability to let go can result in devastating financial consequences, leaving them questioning their own judgment and worth. As we explore this vulnerability, it becomes clear that the Scorpio's biggest money mistake is not just about financial decisions, but also about acknowledging the pain of rejection and failure. By avoiding these uncomfortable emotions, they may inadvertently create more problems than they solve. It's time to confront this inner struggle head-on, rather than letting it dictate their financial choices. So, if you're a Scorpio struggling with self-control, or a fellow sign looking to better understand your friend's decision-making patterns, take heed. Mastering your true power requires confronting these hidden pain points. By acknowledging and accepting your flaws, you can begin to break free from the cycle of self-sabotage and make more informed financial decisions. Will you join me on this journey to uncover the truth about Scorpio's biggest money mistake?